Shalom, 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 Israel. What's going on? So, this video is inspired by this brother right here. So, I want to show you that I have been flagged first and foremost. Is why it's been taking me so long. And it's due to his post. He flagged me when or comment that I commented him, flagged him. So let's see right here. You see all the noise. He says, "Sup? It's been over a week. Where's your breakdown? You said you won't make me wait long," which, as you guys can see, proof of why he has to wait. "You should have easily disapproved my report since you thought that you already had that knowledge. LOOOL. Don't sweat it. You clowns have always been full of horse crap. After you read my report, you got scared. You realized just how far out your league you were. You just now learned the scenario with Gabriel and Daniel's prayer that you clowns been overlooking for eons. You shook now. You can't disprove a damn thing. You thought that I'd forget and fade into the background. Nah, I want all the smoke. I'm not giving you until the end of the week before I call you out and embarrass you. You might want to make some phone calls. Yahweh isn't with you and Google can't save you. You can't debate me. You're nowhere near my level." Okay. Now, all this stemmed from his post calling out non-messianic communities, since you all like scholars over Tanak explain Daniel's 9th chapter. So obviously he just learned something about Daniel's 9th chapter that he feels all prideful and emboldened and puffed up that he wants to go ahead and make this post right here. So I said it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Use the English book, but ignore the English grammatical punctuation, which is true. So we're fixing to get into Daniel 9. All right? Daniel 9. So, I've already given him the video because I've already broken down 9 verses, 25, 26 through 27, etc. The whole 70 weeks. Now, we're going to start from the beginning. So, let's see here. Let me get my stuff up. Okay. Now, you notice that it says it starts in Darius the Mede, in the first year of Darius the son of Ahasuerus, seed of the Medes, right? Which was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by books the number of years whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolations of Jerusalem. So let's see, what is he talking about in the word of Jeremiah? He's talking about the prophecy of Jeremiah, okay? So we go to Jeremiah 29 and 10. "For thus says the Lord, that after after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you, in causing you to return to this place." It's prophecy, his good word, the word. Go to Jeremiah 25 and 10, 25 and 12. "And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished." Okay, so when the 70 years are done, be in full, to fill, malah, to fill, be full, are accomplished, that I will punish the king of Babylon, right? So the king of Babylon is going to get punished after 70 years, and that nation, saith the Lord, for their iniquity and the land of the Chaldeans, and I will make it perpetual desolations, right? So Chaldeans' land is going to be desolate, and he's going to punish the king of Babylon, right? So let's go back to Daniel chapter 9. "So in the first year of Darius the son of Ahasuerus, seed of the Medes, which was king over the realm of the Chaldeans." Okay, so he's the king over the Chaldeans, right? One of the lands, and the prophecies is supposed to be desolate, right? After 70 years. So Daniel has this vision, okay? "So, and I set my face up to the Lord to seek by prayer and supplication with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. And I prayed to the Lord my God and made confession and said, O Lord, that great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him and to them that keep his commandments. We have sinned and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belong unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day. To the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whether thou hast driven them, because of the trespass that they had trespassed against thee. So why are they having confusion of faces right here in this verse that he says? Because what was one of the prophecies, the two-part prophecy, that he was going, after 70 years, he was going to punish the king of Babylon, destroy the kingdom of Babylon, and he was going to destroy the land of the Chaldeans, right? So Babylon had already been destroyed, right? Because of Daniel 8, who was the king of Babylon. In the 3rd year of King Belshazzar, the vision appeared to me, right? So King Belshazzar was the last king of Babylon. You had Darius. Then you have Darius the Mede, who reigned for a couple of months. And then you have Cyrus that came in. Okay. Now, where are we at? Part for thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and unto all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belong unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as to this day, to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of that trespass that they have trespassed against thee. O Lord, to us belong confusion of faces, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. To the Lord our God belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of thy Lord our God, to walk in his ways, which he has set before us by his servants the prophets. And Daniel's confession of the sins that the forefathers did during the time of Jeremiah, right? Because the whole prophecy and everything is centered around Jeremiah. Who did Jeremiah prophesy to? So let's go see who Jeremiah prophesied to. So Jeremiah prophesied during the time of the Babylonians. Okay, and I'm fixing to move this over here so I can show y'all on the screen. As you can see, Jeremiah, also called Jeremiah, or the weeping prophet. Okay, he was an active prophet in the 13th year of Josiah, king of Judah, until after the fall of Jerusalem and the destruction of Solomon's temple in 587 BC. So the temple got destroyed in 587 BC, right? Now keep in mind, the decree to go out was in 537. Okay, so the whole during this time right here is when Jeremiah was prophesying, right? So this is what Daniel was praying about, the sins that the forefathers was doing during this time, which got them in the punishment in Babylon in the first place. Okay, so now to get back in here, to go back up here, because I left something out. Now what Daniel realized is that he realized Leviticus 26. Okay, and I forget what it is. I think it's Leviticus 26 and 6, and where he says right here, I think, what is it? I forget which one it is. Let me see here. Let me look it up. Oh, 18 is what it is. Leviticus 26:18, where it says, and if you will not yet for all this listen to me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. So that's what Daniel's saying, that he realized Jeremiah's prophecy. Okay, he realized that the kingdom of Babylon had fallen, and they're still here because they have not been restored. Because what was part of the prophecy of Jeremiah, right? Let's go back to Jeremiah. And we'll go to Jeremiah 25 and 12. What does it say here? And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished. That word right there is male, means to fill, be full. So when 70 years are full, that I will punish the king of Babylon, and that nation, saith the Lord, for their iniquity, right, in the land of the Chaldeans, and I will make it perpetual desolations. But yet, Daniel was saying right here, Daniel 9, first year there's the Mede, Babylon has fallen. Babylon is not the kings of Babylon are not ruling Babylon no more. But Babylon is being ruled by the Medes. Okay, so why are we still here in Babylon? Why what happened? You said after 70 years. So that's why Daniel is praying about this in the whole prophecy of Jeremiah, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. And that's why the angel Gabriel was sent to him to answer him and to explain to him what's going on. Okay. So so get back over here. He says, we are sinning against him, and he has confirmed his words. Why? Because he said, as the word would be fulfilled. Prophecy, which he spake against us, right? Against us. What word did he speak against us? The prophecy that Jeremiah said, the 70 years, right? And against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil. For upon the whole heaven hath not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. Why? Because the temple was destroyed. Nebuchadnezzar came in, Nebuchadnezzar came in the year 619, he invaded Jerusalem, and then he destroyed the temple in 3 different parts. The first, it was 3 different deportations, okay? And in the last deportation, he destroyed the temple. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us, yet made we not our prayer before the Lord our God, that we might turn from our sins and understand thy truth. Therefore hath the Lord watched upon the evil and brought it upon us, for the Lord our God is righteous in all his works, which he doeth, for we obeyed not his voice. And now, O Lord our God, that has brought thy people forth out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and has gotten thee renown, and as at this day we have sinned, we have done wickedly. O Lord, according to thy righteousness, I beseech thee, let thy anger and thy fury be turned away from thy city Jerusalem, thy holy mountain, because for our sins and for the iniquities of our fathers Jerusalem and thy people are become a reproach to all that are about us. Now therefore, O God, hear the prayer of thy servant and his supplications, and cause thy face to shine upon thy sanctuary that is desolate for the Lord's sake. O my God, incline thy ear and hear, open thy eyes and behold our desolations in the city which is called by thy name, Jerusalem. For we do not present our supplications before thee for our righteousness, but for thy great mercies. O Lord, hear, O Lord, forgive, O Lord, hearken and do, defer not, for thy own sake, O my God, for thy city and thy people are called by thy name. And so now Gabriel's going to bring him an answer. And it says, while I was speaking and praying and confessing my sin and the sin of my people Israel, and presenting my supplication before the Lord my God for the holy mountain of my God, while I was speaking in prayer, even the man Gabriel, whom I had saw in the vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening oblation. And he informed me and talked with me and said, O Daniel, I am now come forth to give thee skill and understanding. At the beginning of thy supplications, the commandment came forth, and I came and showed thee, for thou art greatly beloved. Therefore, understand the matter and consider the vision. As you can see here, the 70 weeks. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city, right? So 70 years determined upon thy people and upon the holy city, Jerusalem. To finish what? To finish the transgression. Same thing. Why? To finish what transgression? The transgression of Jeremiah 25:12 and Jeremiah 29:10. Let's go back to it. Jeremiah 29:10. For thus said the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you, in causing you to return to this place. Jeremiah 25:10. Moreover, I will take from the 25:12, and it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon. So that's 1, punish the king of Babylon and that nation. All right, that's 2, saith the Lord, for their sin, and the land of the Chaldeans. That's 3. and will make it perpetual desolations. That's 4. So that's 4 things that are supposed to happen in that prophecy, right? Okay. So back to Daniel. So Daniel get the answer. Daniel 9. Right. So what did he say? Making an end of sin. For making an end of transgression, Pushai, of revolt, rebellion, sin, and to make an end of sins. So make an end of revolt and to make an end of sins. Offense, penalty, occasion. And to make reconciliation for iniquity, perversity, evil. And to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. Right? So to seal up what vision and what prophecy? The same prophecy from Jeremiah 29, Jeremiah 25 and 12, Jeremiah 29 and 10. It has nothing to do with that fake, lying, idol Christ, Jesus. And anybody that's teaching you that is lying to you, because the whole prophecy in Daniel 9 is centered around Jeremiah's prophecy, because that was the question that Daniel was asking about. Okay, so now we're going to go back to it, right? To enter the, so they must anoint the most holy, seal up the vision and the prophecy of Jeremiah 25 and 25 and 12, 20 and 29 and 10, and to anoint the most holy. So they have to anoint the most holy, and it has to finish sealing up the vision of making an end of the transgression, the end of sins. Jesus did none of those things. None of those things mentioned in Daniel 24, Jesus did none of those things. Yahsua did none of those things. Now he says, know, therefore, and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the anointed, right? And if you want to say the Messiah, the prince, because in the Hebrew text, it doesn't say the prince, it just says to the anointed. And if you look right here, it says Nagid. What is Nagid? A commander, civil, military, or religious, right? It has nothing to do with what y'all New Testament believers are saying that it is. It has nothing to do with none of that. Okay? And I'm going to show you who that leader is, right? So restore the, know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the anointed, or until the anointed shall be 7 weeks, right? So a week is a year, right? As you can see, week is a year. Okay? So 7 shall be 7 years, right? And 62 weeks, which is 62 years. The street shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. Okay? So now, the commandment to go out, got the little calculator over here. So what year did Cyrus give the command to go out? Let's see here. I got it pulled up, so I gotta find it. Which tab is? Let's see here. Where is it at? Okay, here it is. So what year did Cyrus decree to build the temple? 539, right? So we started out and some actually right here, 537. We got 537. So 539, 537, either one go. We'll do both of them. So 539, we start off with 537, right? So from the decree, know therefore understand from the decree, right? So we got 537. The decree to restore until the Messiah, to the anointed shall be 7 years, and shall be 7 years, right? 7 times 7 is 49. Remember, because we got the Leviticus 26 punishment. So minus 49, boom, 488, right? And 62 weeks. The street shall be built again in troublous times. So that's 62 minus 62. Right? These are at 426. Now, it says these things must be happening, right, when the Messiah is around. So it says from the commandment to going forth until the Messiah. So from the time from the commandment to the Messiah shall be 7 times 7, 49 weeks. Then it says, and 62 weeks, the street shall be built again. Right? So we do 62. 426. Troublous times. Now we fixing to go to Ezra real quick. Ezra, the 5th chapter. We're going to see about these troublous times. So, Ezra 5:1. Then the prophets of Haggai the prophet, and Zechariah the son of Iddo prophesied unto the Jews that were in Judah and Jerusalem in the name of God of Israel, even unto them. Then rose up Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel and Yahsua the son of Jehozadak, and began to build the house of God which is at Jerusalem. And with them were the prophets of God helping them. So, okay, so they fulfilling the commandment to go forth, right? Daniel 9:24. At the same time came to them Tanak, governor on this side of the river, and whatever this name is, and their companions, and said thus unto them, who hath commanded you to build this house and to make up this wall? Then said we unto them after this manner, what are the names of the men that make this building? But the eye of their God was upon the elders of the Jews, that they could not cause them to cease till the matter came to Darius, and then they answered by letter concerning this matter. Right? The copy of the letter that Tanak, governor on this side the river, and Shetharboznai and his companions, the Apharshites, which were on this side of the river, sent unto Darius the king. They sent a letter unto him, wherein was written thus unto Darius the king, all peace. Be it known unto the king that went into the province of Judea to the house of the great God, which is builded with great stones, and timber is laid in the walls, and this work goeth fast on and prospereth in their hands. Then asked we those elders, and said unto them, thus who commanded you to build this house, and to make up these walls? We asked their names also to certify thee, that we might write the names of the men that were chief of them. And thus they returned us answer, saying, we are the servants of the God of heaven and earth, and build the house that was builded these many years ago, which a great king of Israel built and set up. But after that our fathers had provoked God, the God of heaven, unto wrath, and gave them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, the Chaldean, right, who destroyed this house. Remember the prophecy of Jeremiah now, Jeremiah 29:25, the king of Babylon and the Chaldeans, I will destroy that land, I will destroy Babylon, this house, and carry the people away into Babylon. But in the first year of Cyrus, the king of Babylon, the same king Cyrus made a decree to build this house of God. And the vessels also of gold and silver of the house of God, which Nebuchadnezzar took out of the temple that was in Jerusalem, and brought them into the temple of Babylon. Those did Cyrus the king take out of the temple of Babylon, and they were delivered unto one whose name was Sheshbazzar, whom he had made governor. Right? So then Daniel say that they will do what? Build the wall in troublous times. And what did he say? Who commanded you to build up this wall? Who commanded you to build up this wall? Then he writes to the king and says, they even to make up these walls. Then I asked him, who told you to build these walls? Let's go back to Daniel. Daniel 9:24. But 9:25, I'm sorry. Again, the wall. 27:42. Incisive, trench. Right? The same thing in what is it? EZRA. Same thing in Ezra chapter 5. Walls. A wall. Trench. Wall. So yeah. Now get back to Daniel 9. We did 25. Right? So we did 25. got the troublous times, you got the wall, the streets, everything being built after 62 weeks, right? And then it says, and after 62 weeks. So what's this word for after? Akar. The hind part. So what is it? So is this telling you, what is this telling you? It's telling you that after 62 weeks, that Messiah is going to get cut off. And after 62 weeks, shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself, right? So let's go see who that Messiah is real quick. Let's see here. We'll go over here to not Jeremiah. Where is Yeah, there was Joshua, the high priest, during that time, right? We had Joshua, but really we have Zerubbabel, who had right here, the signet, right? And what did the Most High tell Zerubbabel about the signet? In Haggai 2:23, let's go ahead and get it. Let's go ahead and get it. Where you at, Haggai? There you go. Haggai 2:23. What did he tell Zerubbabel? In that day, in what day? In the day that y'all return, build a temple, will fulfill the vision that Daniel see. Because what did he say? That the vision will be sealed up, right? An end of transgressions and anoint the most holy. Who did that? Joshua, son of Jehozadak, Zerubbabel. In that day, saith the Lord of hosts, will I take thee, O Zerubbabel, my servant, the son of Shealtiel, right? Who actually comes from the good bloodline of David, saith the Lord, and will make thee a signet. What is a signet? A signature ring, a seal. Who wears a signature ring? A king does, right? I have chosen thee. Barkar. I have chosen ye. Acceptable. Appoint. I have appointed thee. Speak. And what does he tell you right here? Go above. Speak to Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, saying, I will shake the heavens of the earth. And this is what he was telling them. Zerubbabel, the chosen signet. Tells you right here. Now back to Daniel. Daniel 9. Okay? So where were we at? Right? So when did the temple... Oh, just to add to it, just more proof. Zerubbabel died in the year... they say 510 is what they give. Some other places. If you go to the side right here, as you can see right here, died 510 to 56, right? Right? Well, what year did the temple finish getting built? 515, right? 515, the work was completed, right? What did Daniel say? What did it say what he's going to do? And after 62 weeks, shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself? Right? So there Messiah was cut off after he finished building the temple, restoring the Torah, building it back. Okay? Now, we're going to have the people of the prince shall come. And the people of the prince that shall come, right? Now, I'm going to tell you something right here. I made a comment on that Facebook post when I said about punctuation, because right here's a semicolon. And what does a semicolon mean? Semicolon. Use a semicolon between two independent clauses, which are not conjoined by a coordinated conjunction. So what's the independent clause? Expresses a complete thought, a complete sentence. Do independent clauses stand alone? There are two types of clauses, independent clauses and independent clauses. An independent clause can stand alone as a complete sentence. Again, a complete sentence. Okay, so what do we have here? An independent clause, right? Period. Shouldn't be. It could be a semicolon or it could be a period. Then goes the people, right? But it doesn't have a period there. It has a semicolon to let you know, and it has the conjunction and the people of the prince. So what? The Messiah is going to die. Then the people of the prince shall come, shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, right? But let's see what this is. The prince, a commander. A commander. So what? A Nagid. What commander came and destroyed the city and the sanctuary, right? And we're gonna look at this word destroy. Okay, so we have Nagid right here is prince shall come right here. It means to go or to come. So shall come, destroy. Shalkoth, to decay, right? To cast off, to corrupt, right? To decay. So it's the people of the prince that shall come shall decay the city and the sanctuary. The people of the prince shall come and corrupt the city and the sanctuary, right? And the end, so what's this word for end? Case, extremities, right? After, utmost, border. And the border thereof shall be with a flood. What's this word for flood? Shatef, deluge. And the border thereof shall be with a deluge. And unto the end, same as what? As, against, as far as the end. What's this word for end? Right? Same word right here. Extremity, utmost. As for the utmost, as for the finite of the war, Malkamah, since the fighting as the end of the battle, right? Warfare is the end of the warfare. Desolations are determined. So it's supposed to be warfare. After that prince dies, people, the prince is going to come. It's going to be warfare. So who came after this prince died, right? So this man died right here in 510. As we say, Zerubbabel died in 510. So who came after that? Who came after Zerubbabel into the land? Where is it at? Where is it at? Let me find it. 336. Alexander came in, right? He's the prince. He's the prince. Commander. The people of the commander. People. A congregated unit, specifically a tribe. And the tribe of the commander that shall come shall decay the city and the sanctuary. It's not saying what y'all think it's saying, man. Right? So Alexander comes in 336, and then after it, who is his people? Didn't his kingdom get divided up to his 4 generals? And what general came through and destroyed the temple? Made it desolate, should I say. Antiochus Epiphanes. Right? Right? The people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, right? And I already showed you what it is. Shall be in the end of, and the borders shall be with a deluge. And as far as the warfare, as far as the battle, desolations, stupefy, devastate. As far as the battle, devastations, stupefy, is determined. Desolations, devastations is determined. To stun, make amazed, astonish. As to the battles, astonishments are determined. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. So who confirmed the covenant for many for 1 week during this time when Antiochus Epiphanes came through and was doing what he was doing, fulfilling his part of Daniel verse 25. We have here the Maccabeans, right? And specifically, where is he at? Yeah. There he goes. We have this right here, right? The Maccabean revolt from 167 to 160, right? Now, you're saying, but it says that he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, right? A week means a year, right? Denominative 7, that is a week. 7 years, right? You want to say 7 years? 7 years, okay. 7 week. What did I just show you? Did they not confirm the covenant for 7 years? Did they not confirm the covenant for 1 week? The Maccabean revolt, as I keep trying to tell people, The Maccabees were anointed messiahs, were anointed ones. Remember, Daniel said to the anointed one, these people added the prince or the anointed ruler, the anointed leader. Who was the Maccabees? Let's see. Do I have it? Maccabees. Also spelled Maccabees, were a group of Jewish rebel warriors who controlled the Judeans. Let's go to the background. No, I'm trying to see the they were Levite priests, okay, and they had their lineage. I'm trying to find the one from Matthias. I thought I had it up. Yeah. And Matthias Maccabee, the elder and patriarch, he died 1 year after starting the revolt. Okay. So now we have, he confirmed the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease, and for overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate. So sacrifice right here is zakbah, which means slaughter, and the oblation is minkah, which means appropriation or bestow, a donation, tribute, right? So he will cause the slaughter and the tribute to cease, right? That is desist. So he will cause the slaughter and the tribute to desist. And for, right? And upon the overspreading, which means the edge, a wing, bird, corner, end, other, overspreading, utmost part, of abominations, that means disgusting, filthy, idolatrous, filthy, detestable thing, he shall make desolate. So what word is this right here? He shall make stunned. He shall make devastated. He shall make stupefied. He shall make be astonished. He shall make be destitute. He shall make destroyed. He shall make it waste. Even until add, right? Same word is as far as the consummation, the word for consummation called law, as far as the completion. As far as the completion, and that determined, what determined? That is properly to point sharply. That is, so what it say? As far as the completion, that is, or alert, decide, as far as the completion that is decided, or the completion that decreed shall be poured or flow forth, shall be as far as the completion that be decreed shall flow forth upon, right? As far as upon the desolate, shamaim, ruined. As far as the completion, and that the decree shall flow forth upon the ruined, right? So what happened? What did Antiochus Epiphanes do? Did he cause the sacrifice to cease? Did he do that? Let's go see what Antiochus did. He said, Antiochus, in seeking to prohibit Judaism and Hellenize the Jews, Antiochus forbade the religious practices and commanded the copies of the laws be burned, all of which was related by Josephus in the antiquities of the Jews. Okay, and he did a whole lot more. He sacrificed the abominable thing in the holy place, and he made it against the law to circumcise your son and do all kinds of other things. Okay, so that is a fulfillment of that, right? And to go even further, let me show you something else. Because if you go to the next chapter in Daniel chapter 10, it starts off in the 3rd year of Cyrus, right? But if you go to chapter 11, it says also in the 1st year of Darius the Mede, even I stood to confirm and strengthen him. And then he goes on and talks about the Greeks, the kingdoms of Persia, the king of the north, king of the south, which is Alexander coming in. And he goes in more into depth of Daniel 9, which is the crafty counsel that the Psalms 83 was talking about, when it says that our enemies use a tumult and they use crafty counsel, because this right here, Daniel 11, really should be Daniel chapter 10. And Daniel chapter 10 should be Daniel chapter 11. And then it wouldn't be any type of confusion about it being Christos, that idol. Okay? Now, back to Daniel chapter 9. Now, as you can see, I have broken down this whole entire prophecy. Why? Because the prophecy was about and centered and focused on Jeremiah's prophecy, okay? Everything was focused and centered on Jeremiah's prophecy. It wasn't centered on anything else. And he was prophesying about Antiochus Epiphanes and about the Greeks that were coming in and about the kingdom. So what Daniel was telling you was that the temple had to be destroyed first, then the Messianic kingdom could come in. The Messianic kingdom could not come in until the temple was destroyed first. He told you that the anointed one was going to come and anoint the temple. Then you're going to have the prince come, and then his people would come and destroy the temple. Then you would have a time for the Messianic period can come in, can usher in. Okay? But the Most High, as we know, the Most High said that the time of the Gentiles had to be fulfilled first, then the Messianic kingdom will come in. That is what Daniel 9 is saying. So, to get back onto this brother right here, Mr. Arrogant, calling out this and that, and all this shit that he was talking and everything that he was saying, you can't debate me, you're nowhere near on my level, all this kind of stuff. And as you people can clearly see, I cannot respond. So that's why, he feels even more puffed up. So I guess I should just send him this video in here, but I'm going to also post this video in here after these 23 days. But as you people can see, that this is not talking about Christ, about anything of the sort, none of that. And you need to not beware of people like this guy right here. You need to beware of that. Okay? These people are idol worshipers. They don't really look into the scriptures. They overlook punctuation and grammar. And they overlook that in the Hebrew. They overlook that in the English. They read things like run-on sentences, and if it is a Zane book or something. And so as you can see, they have no understanding. He says that the Most High is not with me. I don't have any understanding, and that may be so. Cool. Okay, whatever. But I know for one thing that Shema Israel, Shema Lakadu Had, Baruch Shiva Matun Lamvaet. Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. And I don't have room for no Yahsua or no Jesus or nobody like that, because I'm Old Testament only, and that's how I'm going to stay, and that's what it's going to be. Now, this is 42 minutes. Now, I could have typed all this out, but why? And a lot of times I just look at arrogant people like that guy right there, and I just laugh. And I was going to let him make it until he posted this tonight. As you can see, he posted this 2 hours ago. So here we are with the video. And when I do things thoroughly. Okay? Verse by verse. To leave no doubt. When you stick your head out, I'll chop and lop it off. This is Brother Araya. Leave a comment below. Shalom.